What in the hell? Hold on, man. I gotta start this thing. All right. Morning, everyone. Get going here. All right. Last night, another solid session out of the U.S. markets, and we started down a little bit, and then we just started the grind upward, up on most sectors on the day. Apple, considering the fact that Apple was so offered, it was down 5% on the day, and it's the biggest share on the S&P index. I think it's very, it's very telling how strong the market was. On the Dow Jones was up almost 1%, about 135 points. So really, all in all, we saw a really strong day on U.S. markets. Dragged down a little bit by disappointing day out of Apple. You saw Asian markets were a little bit mixed. There was some quite a big data miss out of Japan overnight, and then we also had some big data misses out of Australia. I mean, I actually think that the market held on reasonably well considering some of the local data in Asia. But that's, I think, what weighed on markets a little bit. That's why we probably haven't seen a little bit of follow through, and probably also maybe just some profit taking of the recent run we've seen. All right, we see this morning we had CFR 5-month trading update. We look sales in constant FX up 9%. That's a miss on Bloomberg expectations of 10%. Jewelry up 8%. That's a miss of expectation of up 11%. And watch sales look like they're a little bit better at 13% versus 10%. However, we did have some misses out of China, which I think may spook the market a little bit. I mean, they're expecting a little bit of weakness in China because of some of the crackdown on bribery there within public officials. But I think it's really, all in all, it's definitely a miss out of CFR in my mind. All right, we also had RMI that was out with full year numbers this morning. Looks like a nice beat there, 1 Rand 70 per share versus expectation of 1 Rand 60. There was no divvy expected by Bloomberg analysts, and that came in at 55 cents. I think this is really, seem like really good numbers. I think they are trading at a premium to their peers, but probably leaving you with a good reason why here. They made a comment saying they're expecting difficult economic environment to continue, but they see good organic growth during the coming year. So I think all in all, good earnings out of RMI. A couple broker upgrade downgrades today. We had SAB, which was cut to reduce versus neutral at Nomura. We had Harmony raised to overweight versus neutral at JP Morgan. And Anglo Gold that was raised to neutral versus underweight at JP Morgan. So a couple of the gold shares getting a little bit of a boost this morning. The data points that we talked about earlier, the Japanese machine orders came in light at 6.5%. The expectation was for 7.7%. We also had Australian employment change, which we were expecting a 10,000 gain in employment there, and we lost 10.8 thousand. So that's a bit of a shocking number. You saw both those two currencies really come off the boil this morning, almost 1% from both. So I think it's impressive that the market's actually there, even managed to hold up as well as they did. All right, we have French CPI later, Spanish CPI. We also have Italian industrial production. We've got local mining production. We've got initial jobless claims. And New York Fed President Dudley speaks in Paris. Watch the local mining number could end up influencing the rand a little bit. We've had a nice little breakout in the rand. We're getting closer to that 980, I should say, resistance level, I guess, on the dollar rand. And I think it's important that we probably go down and test that over the next couple sessions. All right, let's jump into the maps. Okay, first one I want to look at is Foschini. Foschini, we sent out a tweet yesterday as we were breaking out there. 103, big level. I think we've talked about this, several times. You can see how many times we've touched this level. Every time it kind of gets up there, we talk about, hey, we're kind of coming up to this 103 level. and we've talked about it probably the last two times that we got up there, because it just gains in significance every time it touches it and fails it, and so therefore obviously gains in significance. And the fact that we've broken out now, it makes it even more significant that we've broken out. So the 103, incredibly well-defined level. I love charts like this where they're really, really well defined. There's no question that it's broken out. There's no question what the level was. I'd really look for about $8 to the upside here on Fashini. Could put us up to around the 110, 111 level on Fashini. So I wouldn't be surprised to see us get there rather quickly. A lot of these stocks, when we've been breaking out, we've been seeing these big green bars like this. We've been getting a lot of second day plays to follow up on that. So I also wouldn't be surprised to see that happen, on the day in Fashini. All right. Kumba, I'll shorten this up a touch. In Kumba, I wanted to show this. We broke out from, look at all those tests there at around the 473, 474 level. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tests of that level, back in July. Couldn't get above it, and then we failed, and we tried to break to new lows, also couldn't get down there, or couldn't break below that. We've managed to get back up, get above this level now, broken out here in the last couple sessions. And I think this is significant because if you look across the space, in all the other mining stocks, especially the ones, the iron ore sector, things of that nature, they've all run incredibly hard. This has actually been a huge laggard, so I think there could be some meat left on this bone. I wouldn't be surprised to see us kind of come up and test 500 in the next few sessions. So watch Kumba closely if you're looking to get long in the mining space. If you like the mining story of recent, that might be a decent one to jump on the back of. Sasol, I just wanted to show quickly just how we've kind of come back down to some sort of level of support here. I call it 477, 478, somewhere in there. We went down and tested that yesterday. I think I'd watch this level over the next session or two to see if we can hold there. Not a huge level, but if you're really bullish, Sasol, this is definitely a support level that's maybe worth a little bit of a nibble off of, because I do think that we are going to get to 500 sometime in the near future. All right, Vodacom was kind of in danger of setting up a little bit of a minor head and shoulder here with a tiny little shoulder, I guess, but doesn't look like that's going to pan out at all, because we managed yesterday to kind of pop our head back above this crucial 117 level. And also really breaking out of a bit of a flag pattern here. So I think that this is really turning into a bullish setup here. I think maybe we've had our recent down move, and I think that we could easily pop our head back above even what recent highs were in Vodacom, and the way this pattern is shaping up. All right, Trueworth, I wanted to show. This looks a little bit like a Fashini, but not quite the same amount of definitiveness, I guess, in the pattern. But this one actually looks a little bit more like a head and shoulder. You can see there with the neckline coming in around here, which we've really broken above the last two sessions. Probably at around 85 Rand. And we're coming from call it 79. So I think that we could easily see 90 plus out of Trueworth over the next few sessions, and maybe even complete it back up to this sort of level of resistance, which 92 was such a monster level. When we finally broke below it, we kind of kept trying to get above it, couldn't get above it. So I wouldn't be surprised to see us pop back up to 92 in the next few sessions on Trueworth. And you really kind of get the feeling that these retail stocks are turning the corner here, that they've had their down move. The sellers have been exhausted, and that they're looking to start to make some retracements here to the upside. Right. ShopRite also, it kind of almost looks like it could be putting in a little bit of an inverse head and shoulder as well, but what I wanted to show here is this level around 164. You can see here how many times, as we broke below it, we've basically been below 164 going all the way back to end of July. And we haven't fallen a whole lot below that, obviously, as you can see there. But it just hasn't been able to get above it, and the amount of touches that we had on this 164 level are significant. So this also looks set to reverse to me, to make a reversal to the upside here. I really think we could be at 170 really quickly on ShopRite, and just the fact that we've gotten above 164, I think, is significant. All right, Amplats. Amplats, you can see here, made a new closing high for the past, call it 8-9 months. As of yesterday, a little bit of a continuation pattern here, broken out to new highs. Probably not a whole lot left to the upside here, but maybe call it $12, maybe even $15 to the upside if this thing manages to hold above that 427 where we just broke out from. And the last one I'm going to show is on the NASDAQ. It's Dexcom. You can see here we just made a nice little breakout here on a little sideways consolidation, and really looking to punch this thing through for maybe another $2, take us up to around $30 on the NASDAQ. And that's it for today, guys. Thanks a lot.